So today I'm gonna do part 1 of What If I Was in MHA Remastered. People are like, you don't need remastered, you just want an excuse to do another one of these. And yes, you're totally right. I really just want to do another one of these, but I don't feel like I'm doing another one. I'm kidding. I actually do want to do that remastered. Because I made my character way too OP and too vicious. A little too vicious. So like I said that he slammed Tamaki, Mirio, and Nejiri's face into the ground. So we're gonna go with we're gonna go with this one. So this one, so I'm gonna be quirkless, and I'm gonna be getting one for all with Deku. So these two are actually best friends, but Christian just knows a lot of martial arts, and he knows how to fight. So he sees one day at school, he sees a little kid named Izuku Midoriya getting beat up by Bakugo apparently found out Bakugo's other friend, Long Boy Fingers, and Demon Wind Boy. So immediately, Finger Boy tries to slap him, but then Christian catches and says, "Nice try," and then breaks his finger, and the kid starts crying, and he's like, "Wah, wah, wah. What did you do to me? Wah, wah, wah." Then Demon Boy Wings come and he says, "Nice try." Rips his wings off. No, I'm kidding, that's a little too brutal. He grabs his wings and yeets him behind him and says, "Nice try." Then when Bakugo goes, he sweeps Bakugo, grabs him, pulls him back up, and then he holds him up in the air and says, "Goodbye," and then slams him. So he's basically he's gonna be a strong one. So basically he's pretty much an OP fighter. He wrecked him. He goes, "Geez, we wrecked." I messed that up. I meant to say that he doesn't really win. They both get beat up. That's why they'd be a quirk. Bakugo and Christian would take the brunt of Bakugo's attack, with Midoriya going like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm a friend." Maybe. Just saying, they're both 4 years old. So immediately he's a transfer student actually, he heads to their school. And of course we're gonna do a 9-year time skip. I don't know, like, when they're right in high school, and they have to go to UA. So, the entrance exam, blah 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 blah, Deku actually doesn't get captured. So when the slime monster comes, he tries to punch it. Christian tries to punch it super duper hard, but it ain't working. So All Might comes in and goes, "Texas Smash!" and destroys that thing. And Christian actually got hit with the brunt of that attack because he was right behind the thing trying to destroy it. So he was hit by the brunt of that attack. So next we see Deku. He just says, "All Might, can we be heroes?" And then he says, "No, without a quirk you can't be a hero." So then they get depressed. Blah 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 blah. Then next is a second encounter with the slime monster. Bakugo is getting attacked, and they really don't want to help, but they're like, "We'll help him." So then they run over. Nobody's wondering why, and then they yeet. Christian yeets Deku right at it, and Deku punches it, which actually does a decent amount. All Might is like, and then All Might comes in, of course, and Detroit smashes it. And they actually think Deku's a stronger and more will-capable person. They don't give him all that credit. Nah. Nobody's gonna give credit to him. So of course Bakugo doesn't get any credit because he didn't do anything. Still was kind of stupid how Deku got nothing, but yet he got scolded for coming in to help. That's kind of stupid. Honestly, I still hated that moment. So whatever. He says, maybe these two could be the successors of One for All. Maybe that Midoriya kid could be the 9th successor, and that Christian kid could be the 10th successor. So then we won't and then they can pass it down, because I'm already getting this is gonna not work. So then he says, "Boys, I'm going to come to the beach tonight, 7 o'clock. So they make it there, and he's like, "Yeah, All Might?" And he's like, "I'm going to give you to One for All. And then he's like, "You need to train to get it, though, to master it like I did." So immediately he just puts them to 10 months of training. They bop. and they have like 1 month left over, so they start training. I usually put in my what if Deku gets 1 for all for cowling, but he's not going to get it in this timeline. Neither is Christian. He's just going to have normal 1 for all. They're both going to have 1 for all. So immediately we see the UA Sports Festival, but Deku isn't. Christian's more tougher than Deku, so he can take 1 for all. Not as much. His arm still gets broken, but it's like sprained. So immediately to the UA entrance exams, Bakugo sees him, tries to explode him. Christian gets his punch, yeets him, and says, "Good luck, Bakugo. You'll need it." Bakugo is pissed, but then the exams start, and immediately Deku and Christian are blitzing over because they're actually really, really fast. They blitz over and punch this thing, knocking it out, breaking 2 of the robots, then flinging each other at them. Just keep on Detroit smashing. Actually, they're finger smashing. They just keep on finger licking, good smashing. Oh, that sounded weird. But they keep on Delaware smashing. They're just flicking all their fingers, breaking them all. It's pretty much gonna hurt all. It's pretty much breaking their bones. And Christian says, "I know this is probably gonna destroy my brain," but he says, "Screw it. As long as I get DOA, I'm happy." He uses the hedge style. I'm kidding, I'm not gonna do that. That's pretty much stupid. So he goes for a kick and he says, "Delaware." He goes, "Manchester," and then flips over and smashes through it. And of course, they pass with flying colors. These 2 weren't made on recommendation. They're just outcasts who got nothing to live for. Immediately, they start their training, blah, 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 blah. They pass. This arc is probably the boringest arc. We're going to move on to the exams now. Not the sports festival ones, the one where it's Bakugo and Ida versus Deku and Todoroki, but and Deku and Uraraka. Deku actually does like Uraraka. Christian ain't interested. He's like, "Yeah, go Deku, you can have your girl. I don't care." And then he's like, "Whatever, well, Now, Deku would probably be pretty strong. Not as strong as before. I'm kidding, he'd be way stronger. So Deku would get a Gamma costume, and since these 2 are best friends, Deku's mom will probably make a suit for Christian, a Gamma suit, just like Deku's. And I'm just going to use some inspiration from Jump Force. Jump Force has a black Deku outfit, and that's just going to be his. He's going to be like, cool. So immediately, they're ready. He says, "Alright, Deku, you ready?" He says, "Yeah." So it's Deku and Christian versus Bakugo and Todoroki. People are like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah." So immediately they start running and Bakugo tries to explode, but then he gets Delaware smashed into a wall. And then he says, "Deku, you fight him off. I'll go ahead and grab the bomb." So Deku starts fighting him, and he's ready. He starts punching him in the face, destroying Bakugo. Then, when Bakugo tries to explode him, he grabs him in the face, he grabs his arm, and eats him. I know, pretty easy. And then Christian immediately blitzes up to Todoroki. I'm just gonna say Todoroki's there. But Todoroki isn't gonna go down that easily. He creates a giant ice spear, and he's like, "I'm gonna die." And then he goes, "One for all, full cowling." No, I'm kidding, he doesn't go full cowling. He says, "Detroit smash!" And breaks through all of them and sends Todoroki into a wall, then runs over with adding 1 for all to his legs and blitzes over. Making it pretty well. He makes it. So, yeah, they both pass and destroy. So next, blah 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 blah, is the USJ, but before that they're training a lot, and so I can get this off, they're training for a while, and basically whatever. So they're training a lot, and during the USJ, the villains break in, and Deku immediately notices them, because he actually forgot to mention this, but Deku almost got kidnapped by the League of Villains if it wasn't for Christian defending him, saying, "Don't go." He's like, "What? Those are the guys." And then he says, "Detroit smash!" and knocks away every single hero. And out of nowhere, Deku starts glowing with electricity. And he says, "Wait a minute, maybe if I hold in 1 for all." No, not like that. if he like holds it, if he like keeps one for all in his body and turning it in and absorbing it, it'll turn into one for all full cowling. So they both do that. People are like, oh, the one for all is all green. Well, screw that. It's not, because Bakugo had red lightning. Also, he had like a normal yellowish lightning. Deku has green lightning. That's just probably because of his hair. Christian has black lightning with his hair color. He got black hair. So immediately they start blitzing towards destroying all of them with their Gamma suits. Everyone is all, and then they start to go after Shigaraki. Aizawa tells them no, they don't listen. He says, "You tried to kidnap me." And he goes, "Yes, we did. So, I decided to jump." And he gets sent to a wall by a Detroit smash by Christian. Says, "Get lost!" And he says, but then his arm starts to hurt a lot, and he says, "I could probably use something better." And he says, "Shoot style!" And runs right next to Tomura, slamming his foot into his leg into his stomach, sending him through the wall, and says, "Hold up, I'm not done yet!" Then blitzes behind him and Lions barrages him. Literally, he slams him into the face with his fist, spinning around, hitting him with a ginormous kick, and spinning around, just spin kicking him into a wall. Tell that to somebody and see how they do. Immediately he spins, he's like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "Detroit Smash." Oh, I didn't know I was actually playing. So they're pretty good at this, and they start bodying Tomura. So Tomura's knocked out basically, and that's pretty much. And of course, All Might shows up and destroys the Nomu, blah 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 blah. Not moving on to the